Friday evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for tuning in. It's going to be, again, decently quiet for half the weekend, but after that, Saturday towards Sunday, things start to change a little bit. We'll do the forecast for you coming up here in just a little bit. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. This is Weather Overtime, your opportunity to ask questions about what's going on with the forecast, and we'll give you details as to what's going on with the tropics, more about the smoke out there, and more about what you can do to send your name to Jupiter. Yep, you heard me right on that. With a neat little sidebar type thing that you can do coming up for later on this weekend. Almanac page for today, just a bit below normal. 10 degrees are below our normal low temperature for the morning. 84, a normal high of 87, and nowhere close to our record high, which was last set back in 1898. So more than quite some time has passed before that's gone on there. Again, a little bit on the warmer side this weekend. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in just a little bit. Thanks to Keisha Baker from Bradley County for a nice view of our hovering fine feathered friend. It's been a very interesting Friday so far, so apologies for trying to go for the alliteration there. That's our West Shore home weather window picture of the day. Got pictures? Send them in to us at pictures@wdef.com or send them on to us at our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages. Good opportunity to showcase your photography skills out there. You want to remain anonymous, that's cool. Just give us an idea as to what you were looking at and where. So a good opportunity so we can describe that to everybody else. Close to the 10 o'clock hour, temperatures back in the 80s toward the mid-south area, 60s and 70s across much of the region. Downtown Chattanooga lit up quite nicely for the Lookouts game against the Birmingham Barons. And as of right now, again, you can see that haze clearly in the light, so a little difficult to see off to the side there. Hopefully we're going to be getting up here pretty soon to see what's going on. I don't know if they've had the fireworks display yet. That should be coming up relatively soon, but it looks like the game is over with, and quite a slugfest it was from what it looks like out there. So we're taking a look downtown for tonight, decently quiet. Traffic moving along pretty well toward Lee Point, Highway 153 at 64. No problems at all being seen here. Around the area of Island Cove on the EPB fiber optics WeatherCam network, again looking back toward Tennessee 58 and Hunter Road, fairly quiet there. Right across Broad Street on the News 12 studios, and all these cameras available at WDEF.com from the EPB fiber optics WeatherCam network if you'd like to see more there. And from the Chattanooga Red Wolves Stadium at 7524 Junction, hazy and dry. Traffic on the heavy side, everything moving along quite nicely at this time, so no major problems being seen out there for right now. Back in the mid-70s, right before 10 o'clock Eastern time, and very much on the dry side and should remain that way into the rest of the forecast for tomorrow at least, but we may see some changes coming up a little bit sooner towards Sunday. Now we've got our next storm system coming on through. It doesn't look like much for now, but what we're seeing is this area here developing toward the tail end of our front that just came on through. That's where we see again the potential of an area of low pressure, plus that front coming in from parts of Canada. That is going to be making its way toward us, and as it does, we'll be seeing the potential of some more chances of showers and thunderstorms as this heads on through. Hopefully that'll dislodge some of the smoke into portions of the area there and give us some clearer conditions out there. But for right now, still on the hazy side for now. It's not helping. The fire is way on up into parts of Quebec. Still got a lot going on there and new hotspots going on. The brighter red colors indicate fires that have just started in the last 6 to 12 hours. So we have seen quite a few going on, especially in the southeastern United States. So plenty of opportunities for more smoke developing here, and this information directly from the United States Forest Service and the National Weather Service, so keeping an eye on what's going on there. Now watching the smoke over portions of the tri-state area up toward New England, the Delmarva Peninsula. This is where the worst of the activity is. Now notice that we are not seeing anything in the way of totally clear skies. For that, you got to go either back into portions of north of Maine and New England and all the way back into around portions of the high plains states. We still have, it's very much on the light side according to the scale, but we do still have a lot of smoke drifting on through. It's not much, but it is just enough again, to notice out there and to give us some fairly low air qualities. We have posts about that on our social media pages if you'd like to see more. And there are plenty of air quality alerts across portions of the eastern United States. The entire state of Pennsylvania and New Jersey also under air quality alerts at this time. All of Indiana was under one earlier, but now it looks like the northeast corner is not seeing any problems from air quality, at least bad enough for an alert. Nashville metro area, Middle Tennessee, Atlanta metro area, Huntsville, these areas under air quality alerts. Parts of North Carolina and also down into around southern Alabama, even back toward around portions of Oklahoma tonight. So that's smoke causing a lot of problems, but it's not quite as bad as it was. So hopefully things start to improve there. Taking a look at the forecast into very early tomorrow morning, I would not be surprised to see a few mid to upper 40s. Toward tomorrow afternoon, much warmer, temperatures back in the mid to upper 80s. Early Sunday morning, pre-dawn patrol, showers developing, and it looks like toward about lunchtime and afterwards we'll see more chances of showers and thunderstorms moving on through. And then on the warm side, but that first round of showers and thunderstorms should be over with there. We'll look for the potential of more showers and thunderstorms Sunday evening, and some of those could be sticking around for parts of the area as we go into very early Monday morning. So that again could be the potential for some of that rainfall coming on through. What we're looking for is that system coming through from the northwest that I talked about to sweep away some of the possibility of that smoke sticking around. So for right now, that's going to be the main threat. And the main thing we're going to be looking for is hopefully a reduction. It may not get removed entirely. Trying to find my smoke graphic on here. I know I left it on here someplace. We'll just go to the backup copy here. What we're seeing is, again, in gray, the colors showing right through here, not entirely too terrible. The worst is in the brightly colored purple and white areas. And notice that most of that, this is a model run showing most of that activity heading off the east coast. Now we're also developing a bit of a swirl going on here. So as that area of low pressure sits across parts of the Great Lakes, it may draw in some clearer air from out west and then push the bulk of the activity in the worst part of the smoke off toward the east. So most of this looks like it's going to be heading away from us, and we'll continue that direction out that way. So hoping for some clearer conditions out there, but for right now it's going to be taking a little while to get out of here. We're still going to have a hazy start to the weekend. Hopefully by early next week, by the time we work our way into the early part of the week, we'll get some clearer skies in here. And again, that forecast depends greatly on what goes on up here, because some of that smoke could be making its way down our direction once again toward about the early to mid part of next week. Again, it all depends on the patterns, which are always changing, so keep it tuned to News 12, and we'll keep you updated on that over the next several days. Temperatures on that up and down scale, hazy and near hot for Saturday, taking the temperatures down below normal for most of the rest of the early part of next week. Flag Day will show the possibility of some thunderstorms out there, and that'll continue off and on. So outdoor activities, whatever you've got going on, vacation, Bible school, athletic camps, outdoor graduation ceremonies still in full swing in some places. So pay attention to what's going on with the weather, and that area of lightning, possibly mainly in the afternoon and evenings, that's what we're going to be seeing the worst of for right now. Temperatures comfortable at nighttime, not exactly too cool, but not too warm either. No major heat waves heading our direction anytime soon. And that pattern looks like it is also going to be continuing for the semi-near future, as we see little, if anything, showing up in the way of very hot conditions. And we will continue again to see some right about in the midpoint, so pretty close to normal for this time of the year. So looking pretty nice on that, and also the chance of some increased areas of precipitation out across the area. Let's take a quick peek downtown as the fireworks spectacular is beginning. And that, again, just after the game was over with in downtown, as the Barons took on the hometown Chattanooga Lookouts. So let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit here. Hopefully that wasn't all of the fireworks right there, but it looks like a good portion of it for now. And they're possibly turning the lights back on, so we did manage to get a couple of seconds worth of some of that out there, so not too bad. Let's go to the tropics and show you more about what's happening. Some good news in the sense that we do not have anything going on in the way of any developing storms. The Caribbean, the entire Atlantic basin, the Gulf is not showing anything right now in the way of any activity taking place, and not expecting to see any for the next 2 to 7 days. Here's the bad news, and this is not good in any sense of the word, because what we take a look at and what storms need to grow is very warm waters of the ocean. That acts as a fuel source. That's why hurricanes and tropical storms lose a lot of their power when they drop over the land surface, because they get cut off from their ocean water, and when they go over the land surface, then they don't have as much to draw on. So these areas here that are very warm, the dark reds, indicate where the temperatures are quite warm. It's okay, you're sitting at home saying, okay, well, big deal, what does this mean, and why should I worry about it? Well, for right now, the big thing is that, number one, we have not seen temperatures this warm ever before on the ocean surface, and we're talking about bathtub water out there, to where it's got, back in mid-ocean, about a temperature of 88 degrees being reported, 90 degrees back up toward the Bay of Campeche and the Western Caribbean. That is not good news, because this is where, if any storms do manage to make their way through or develop in this area, this is very good conditions out there, at least where the sea surface temperatures are. Again, it's used as an example for right now. This is not good in that we are 3 to 7 degrees above average. This is the ocean absorbing all the heat that we are putting out using fossil fuels, heating the atmosphere. The water turns warmer, especially at the surface, and that could cause a big problem with the ocean currents out there, to where the warmer waters go up to the North Atlantic to get cooled, drop down several thousand feet to the ocean bottom, the depths, and then come back to the equator and then rise and get warmer, and that circulation continues. But if this gets messed up and we don't manage to transfer the heat to the cooler waters, because even the cooler waters are warming, that's not good, and that's what climate change is all about, and that's why we need to be concerned about these things, and why we need to start working on things like more efficient ways of using our power, making certain we do not use as much fossil fuels, stopping pollution, helping our planet, because this is the only planet we have to survive, and I would like to continue to live on this planet for as long as possible. So this right here, very worrisome to see all this warm water, especially this far ahead into the season. Usually the temperatures don't rise on the ocean surfaces this much until about the mid-season or so, until about August or September, when it's absorbed all that heat from the sun over several months time frame. This is just not plain normal, and this is worrisome. So this is why we need to pay attention to what's going on with climate change out there, and that's just one of the reasons we need to take care of. Severe weather well to our west tonight, and also to our southwest for Saturday. Maybe the possibility of a stronger storm coming up on Sunday. We're again going to be keeping a very close eye on that as it gets closer to us, but it looks like most of the problem is going to be well back to around the mid-south area between St. Louis and down toward Jackson, with the heaviest activity again in the yellow shaded slight category. So that's something again also to pay attention to. Something to take a look at this weekend. And this is really cool, and have to thank my good friend Vince Tetwan from Topeka West High School back in Topeka, Kansas, for bringing this to my attention. If you'd like to get your name sent on a microchip to Jupiter on the upcoming Europa Clipper mission, you have a little bit of time left to do it, about a half a year or so, maybe just a little bit less, but you need to sign in more to get your name onto the microchip. And as of the publishing information from PC Mag, where we got this information from, by about 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago, there were already 15,000 signatures ready to be included on that microchip. Now, with the launch is going to be well over a year away. There's still a lot of preparations to make, but you have until New Year's Eve to get your name on that microchip. So if you'd like to send your name out there on that Europa Clipper ship, this is designed to orbit one of the moons of Europa, to take a look and see about what nature has given us out there for everything, to take a look at what is the structure of the world itself. It's not a life-finding mission per se, but it is one that is, again, a very big scientific-based mission. If you'd like to get your name to be included on that for posterity's sake for all time, go ahead and sign up. The best way to do that And if you'd like to find out more, go to my social media pages. I'm all over the place. You can find me out there at various locations. So please sign up and get your name memorialized on that microchip heading to Europa. Want to have us at your class, vacation Bible school, next year's class in high school, whatever you've got going on. Request a visit from our weather staff. Go to wdef.com and click on Weather in the Classroom for more. Would love to be able to make an opportunity to visit your classroom, talk about climate change, talk about weather safety. We're all available there. If you'd like to find out more again about how to program your weather radio, please make certain that you are able to sign up. Go to our website, wdef.com, sign in and find out more about how we can help you program your weather radio. Good opportunity to get that taken care of. And there will be an opportunity to find out more if you're in Whitfield County, Georgia. On June the 21st, they're going to be giving away, the Whitfield County government is going to be giving away 300 weather radios to the first come, first serve people to show up that can present a photo ID to say that you are from Whitfield County, Georgia. Again, that's going to be on June 21st from 10 until 1 at the Whitfield County Senior Center in Dalton, Georgia. If you'd like to know more, I'll be posting more about that as well. Great opportunity to stay safe, where you get the information directly from the National Weather Service, and you can program in which counties that you want to be woken up for or alerted for. Very nice to have at nighttime when you're asleep, and it'll wake you up to let you know more about what is going on. So I really highly recommend getting one of these if you can. Make certain you get there. And if you're in Whitfield County, Georgia, June 21st, you can claim your radio for free with a picture ID. So good opportunity to see more there. That'll wrap it up for tonight. Again, hopefully it stays quiet with severe weather this weekend. Meteorologist Todd Heislip will be available for your forecast Saturday night and Sunday night at 11 o'clock. And, of course, we'll have Chip Chapman back on the air coming up Sunday night or Monday morning at 5 a.m. So definitely want to stay tuned for more on your morning forecast, especially with the chance of showers and thunderstorms out there. And, of course, all through the weekend, updates available, wdef.com/weather. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. Stay tuned for more with News 12 on air and online. Hope you have a good and safe weekend, and keep it tuned to News 12 throughout the weekend for further updates.